Mr. Samuels here with a little lesson on unit analysis. But first I have to ask an important question. What did the 0 say to the 8? Nice belt! Because it looks like a 0 that's wearing a belt. Anyways. So unit analysis is a way of tackling word problems using things called conversion factors. And these are fractions where the top and bottom are equivalent. They're equal to the same amount of distance or time or whatever property. So here we have 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. You could flip this and it's still the same equivalence. It's still the same conversion factor because those are the same length. So let's look at the procedure on how to do this. You'll see it'll make a lot more sense in the example. So step 1, write the units you're looking for on the right. If it's asking for miles, put miles here. Write what's given on the left, but don't start with per. If they give you 10 miles per hour in 2 hours, put 2 hours because it doesn't have per. Multiply by conversion factors so the units cancel. And remember, the number of conversion factors, the number of fractions, the number of steps equals the total number of units minus 1. So if you have kilometers, hours, and minutes, then that's 3 units. It would be a 2-step. Here's a general little map of how the units would look. So this would be like miles here. Miles is going to have to cancel on the next step. If you had hours here, hours would cancel on the next step. And if you had minutes here, minutes would be the units of your answer. So let's see this in practice. Go back to this slide as needed because it really will help you guys understand. Let's look at an example. Martha eats 15 Skittles per day. How many does she eat in exactly 2.0 years? So what we want to do is follow the procedure. Write the units you're looking for on the right. It's asking for how many Skittles she's eating, so I'm putting Skittles on the right. Yes, Skittles is a unit of deliciousness. Then the next step says, write what's given on the left, but don't start with per. So we're given 15 Skittles per day, or 2.0 years. We should start with 2.0 years because that one doesn't have per. That goes on the left. Now, to count the number of steps, it says, take the number of units minus 1. So here's the idea. We've got Skittles, days, and years. That is 3 different units. So this is a 2-step problem. We're going to insert 2 fractions here in parentheses, 2 conversion factors. Okay? The next step is to get the units to cancel. So whatever you see here has to cancel on the bottom of the next step. So we're going to put years, and whatever you're looking for, Skittles, in this case, goes on top by the end because that's what you don't want to cancel. So it's kind of like these 2 things are the first thing you would do no matter how many steps. Get the edges first. Now in the middles, you want to look at what connects and what makes sense here. So in this case, the only thing that's missing is years. The only thing that is missing is days. So we're going to put days in there. And this makes sense because we can convert between days and years, and we can also convert between Skittles and days. So now we just need the numbers. Numbers go last. That's why it's called unit analysis. The number of days in a year is 365 for every 1 year. Make sure you put the ones in. And then how many Skittles in a day? I don't remember that conversion. Oh wait, it tells you right here. 15 Skittles per day for every 1 day. Now you can just cancel your units and see that only Skittles remain. Multiply anything on top, divide anything on bottom. 2 times 365 times 15 divided by 1 is 10,950 Skittles. Holy cow. Martha is tasting the rainbow. All right, make sure you go back and review this and look at that procedure. Use it for every single problem. And if you go through this process, unit analysis problem should be a piece of cake.